hold it. Now, before you go rushing to the comments saying that I don't care if it's legal, it's still scummy. Yes, it's still scummy, which I'm not saying that it's not scummy. It's definitely scummy and very bad for somebody to do that, but it's not illegal, okay? Now, for anybody who does not know what Scott Pilgrim is about, Scott Pilgrim is a series of comics/graphic novels written by the artist and drawn by the person Brian Lee O'Malley. The main character of the story, Scott Pilgrim, is dating this girl named Ramona, the girl of or from his dreams, and has to defeat her 7 evil exes. There's also a lot more to the story than just fighting and stuff, so please, if you're generally interested in the story, please just consume any piece of media, because it's really good. And now that you know everything that you need to know, time to get into the video essay portion, whatever you want to call it. Now, the beginning of the story takes place in Canada, and Scott Pilgrim, our 23-year-old main character, is dating a high schooler that is 17 named Knives Chow. Now, the legal age of consent in Canada for any sexual acts is 16, meaning that Knives is technically above the age of consent, and that is legal. It's still scummy, and the book even states that itself, but it's not illegal. And also some people may say, oh, Scott's a groomer, but the definition of groomer is preparing somebody for a particular act. And here's another definition, which I'll pop up on the screen for you. And he doesn't groom Knives, as far as we know, into dating him or doing any sexual acts with him. And he also doesn't abuse Knives in the book. He just treats her kind of scummy a little, like constantly missing out on things that they're supposed to do. But that's not abusive, that's just called being a crappy partner. And some people... Now here comes some hypocrisy. Some people who say Scott and Knives dating are fine with the Kim and Knives drunk made out scene. Or the scene in the video game where if you play as Kim and you get a particular cutscene at the end where Kim and Knives end up dating, or the little kissing move, which is Kim's special when you use the Knives one. Now, here's Kim's age is also 23 and is only a month younger than Scott, which by these people's logic, it's not okay for Scott and Knives to date, but it's okay for Kim and Knives to date, even though there's barely an age difference between Scott and Kim. And now I got this little meme to show you all that I think summarized this conversation perfectly. Now, for just a quick summary for people who literally skipped to the end of this 3-minute video, summary is that Scott is just scummy for dating a 17-year-old in Canada, but it's not illegal.